Hello to all of my GEMS families. How are you doing? This is Life with Marlene, your Florida vlogger, and welcome to today's conversation and podcast. Today on Transformative Tuesday, we're talking about making changes in our life. And I can't wait to talk about it because it's one of the things in our life that we are always podcast. Today on Transformative Tuesday, we're talking about making changes in our life. I hope it's back now. I don't know why I was getting some feedback, but welcome to Transformative Tuesday. I appreciate every single one of you. And today we're going to be talking about you can make changes in your life, no matter what it is. Tuesdays we like to focus on making transformations in our life, and it's possible for us to do those things for ourselves. You can transform anything. You can transform your mindset, you can transform your health, you can transform your relationships, but it all takes work, and it takes us wanting to make changes in our life. And I have been there and done that for the majority of my life, complaining about things, but not doing anything about it. Thank you so much, Jill. How are you doing? Welcome. Happy Tuesday. I used to always complain about so much things my whole life: my weight, my finances, the people that were in my life, and because they didn't do the things that I wanted, kind of a little power struggle. I had to learn to transform my mindset that I can't control what other people do and say. The only thing that I can transform is how I react to it. How do I show up? And I think this is a very important conversation to have, because many of us do not allow ourselves to transform. And this is the thought that I wanted to give to all of you. You can transform anything you want to in your life. You can transform. You can do better. You can be better. You can be happy. Even if from your childhood you were looked down on, people made fun of you. As we get older, as we develop, as we empower ourselves, we can make changes in our life. Anything that you want to change, you can change. You can change having healthy everything, healthy relationships, a healthy mindset, workout routine, a healthy relationship with food, healthy relationship with money. It's all about making changes and making our life great, because that's something that each and every one of us, honestly want to do. We each have to want to do something great and amazing for ourselves. If you want to do something great and amazing, you can do it. Hi, Patricia. How are you? If you want to do something great and amazing in your life, you can. And I think it's wonderful to not let the past, not let negativity, not let other people, not let past mindsets of other people, not letting people who like to transfer their negativity, like I always talk about over here, not letting other people be in control of you. Even a person who's angry, a person who doesn't like you, a person who judges you, not letting those people get to you and cause you to be upset and angry. See, first you got to change your mindset. You got to change your perspective and how you choose to look at your life. If you want to be happy, you will be happy. And you're going to do all of the things necessary to be happy. So we're going to talk a little bit about some changes that we can make in transforming our life into being the best, happy, positive, and all of those things. So first, when you talk about a relationship with yourself. Oh, thank you, Patricia. You too as well. I really appreciate you being here. One of the things that I had to learn how to transform is not letting other people's upset and angry and misery, dysfunction stop me from being happy, peaceable, and all of the things that I deserve. So it's putting things in the right space and place. And I had to change my perspective towards other people. You can't control how people show up. You can't make people happy. You can't make people love themselves. You can't make people love you or support you. So that is something that we have to change. We have to change that. You can't control, and it does mean being humble. It really does. We have to learn how humility, and we can't control what other people do. Even relationships with other people. That is one thing that I used to be so stressed out for such a long time, when I used to think, why can't my siblings, or why can't this person or that person support me or treat me how I treat them? And that is something that you'll just stress yourself out. People show up how they want to show up. And some people don't want to show up for you. Some people will not like you. And you got to change that perspective and feeling that they can control you, you know? You can't let people control you with their mindset and their negativity, and if they want to be lazy or low vibrational. Thank you so much, Jill. So that's one of the things that I had to learn. And when I changed that, I became more peaceable. I found that I can't remove a smile from my face, because my peace doesn't come from inside another person. My peace comes from within. When I changed that and stopped waiting for other relationships, other people to validate me, and learning to validate myself. So that's what I wanted to say to every single one of my GEMS family. Validate yourself. Don't wait for a friend, a romantic relationship. Don't wait for money. All of those things are not what validates you. You got to validate yourself. And having your own personal relationship with yourself, it's so important. You have to have your own connection with yourself. And it means spending time with yourself, asking yourself, what do I need at this time? And that's why I said changes. Making changes is changing mindsets. It's changing the way that you may have treated yourself. I never grew up learning to spend time on myself. It was always about giving to other people, being there, doing this, giving money, always being the supporter. But we all deserve to be supported. So that was another thing in being supported. We also have to learn to ask for help, not from the toxic people, but from people who really care about us and love us. See, one thing that I had to learn to change is me. You have to stop waiting for people to grow up, waiting for people to mature, waiting for people to be positive or treat you something in a way that they don't know how to possess. Some people don't know how to be happy. They don't know how to function. They don't know how to love, much less love you. So when I changed that, stop waiting for people to validate me. I had to learn to stop making people's opinions get under my skin. Let people agree to disagree, and there's always going to be people who are angry, dysfunctional, and all of those things, but you can't let those individuals make you dysfunctional. You can't make those people stop you from your goals. You can't let other people stop you from your peace of mind. You can't make other people stop you from doing what you want to do, getting into your purpose and life and all of those things. So yeah, that's one of the things that I wanted to bring out today to everybody, that you can have the ability to make changes if you want to. If you want to make changes, you can. And recently, one thing that I've been working on is changing my eating habits. And that's an ongoing process that is so difficult to change your eating habits, like not over consuming so much junk food, because I don't know about you guys, but I go by how things taste, and sometimes I don't want to have no salad or things. Like, I want stuff smothered in gravy. I want to have those things, but it's nothing wrong with having them from time to time. But we have to learn how to slow down in those things, and learn to eat food that nourishes our body, makes us feel good. And another thing that I had to change is I had to learn to change my perception that things that were salty or sweet, things that were just not good for me, was the good things, and thinking things like salads and stuff like that, salads, vegetables, fruits, those were not, I wouldn't say bad, but it wasn't something like I really gravitate towards. So I had to change my mindset towards food, and having a better and healthy relationship with food, and learning to not eat food when I was upset or angry about something, because I'm definitely a person that is a person who eats my pain. When I'm stressed out, my first go-to is I need chips, I need cookies, I need a donut, I need some ice cream, right? So that's one of the things that I'm working on making changes. What are we talking about? I just joined. Oh, the title is there. Easy Moss. So that's one of the things that I was working on changing. Changing me, so that I could be my best, I could be my happiest, I could love the life that I have. And that's one of the things that each and every one of you has the possibility to change it if you want to. If you're not happy with your life right now, you can change it. And I love that for me, and I love that for all of my Gems family, that if there's something that you want to change, if there's something that you want to shift in your life, you can do it. So thinking about that really encourages me, because when you've been doing something for so long and it's been ingrained in you to think a certain way or to do things a certain way, you kind of get stuck in that. And you don't have to. If you want better in your life, okay, say, you want a better job, you want a better way of living, you want better relationships, you also have to work on what you allow, how you treat other people, because it goes back and forth. You can't expect to get treated well if you don't treat people well. It goes back and forth. So in making changes in life, it's more about how are you showing up? How do you treat yourself? Are you your own best friend? Do you respect boundaries in other people? Do you speak up and advocate for yourself? I had to learn. That was a big change in my life. Learning that I don't have to say yes to everything and everyone. I don't have to be accepted by every person. It's okay. For me, now it's cool if people don't like me. I'm not going to be everybody's cup of tea, and I'm not trying to be. And the same thing should be said of you all as well, Gems. You have to know yourself. You have to know what you personally want out of your life. And you got to give yourself the permission to go for it, okay? And I've been doing that more and more so, taking better care of my health. When I know that I'm tired, stop answering the phone. Don't sign up to do things that people didn't ask you to do, because we do that sometimes. I've done it so often, doing things for people and then later on complaining about it. So I had to change that too. Don't sign up for things. Don't put yourself in the middle of other people's business. Unfortunately, we have to let people make their own decisions, and sometimes the people that we love the most, they don't make the best decisions. But it's not our responsibility to fix people. You have to let people make their own decisions. And if you always bail people out of their problems, they're never going to be able to make changes. They're always going to be dependent on you. And that is one of the things that I have been steady working on, not allowing people to be disabled, because I enable them, and we do. We enable people to disable them. If you do things for people and you don't let them do it for themselves, you don't let them face the consequences of their actions, you allow their toxic behavior, then yes, you are enabling them. If you don't cut it off, if you don't stop it, if you don't tell people, like, I'm not going to take this, I'm not going to allow the disrespect, I'm not going to allow the control, the manipulate, I'm not. And you have to cut it off. The only way people are going to experience personal growth is when you stop letting people treat you badly. You cannot be people's doormats, okay? Don't let people run over you. You don't have to be the savior of everybody. You know, I grew up in that space of being everybody's savior. You know, everybody depended on me for so many things, and you feel like you have to continue that, and that is something that you have to change. It's a control thing, and people will manipulate you and make you feel like you're not a good person if you don't continue to do those same things. But you're the one that has to cut it off. If you really don't like something, cut it off. Don't allow it. Don't let people make you feel guilt you into doing things, or they love bomb you and tell you how much they love you, how much they care about you. You know, they love you as long as they can control you. People love you as long as they can know your business. People love you as long as they can control you, manipulate you just like a puppet. But when you cut off that toxicity, you're going to find you start making changes. And that's one of the best things that has ever happened to me. That's when I really started experiencing so many blessings, when I started to cut off wasting money on people that would not do the same thing for me. The question that I had to really ask myself, the individuals that I am bending over backwards to do all of these things for, are they willing to do the same things for me? See, that's something that you really have to pay attention and not lie to yourself, because I know that many of us, we lie to ourselves. Oh yeah, they love me. Oh yeah, they care about me. That's my best friend. That's this person and that person. That yes, a person, you can know a person for a long time, but that does not mean that it's a good relationship. And when I stopped and I really paused, think about it, yeah, it's like they're using me. They're trying to control me. They're always angry and upset. And if you are not careful, you will find yourself in the crosshairs of drama. And you don't want to be a part of it, but you get in the middle of it. People put you in things and you got to hear the arguing, the complaining, all because one person or a group of people aren't making good decisions. So you do have to change who you associate with. You have to choose what you listen to. You have to choose who you really can trust. And you have to really find out who's loyal and who's not. Not everybody that claims to be loyal to you actually is, okay? I really wanted to come on and to have this topic and to say that we have to make changes in our life. And until you're ready to make changes, nothing will change in your life. Until you want to be happy, you're going to be unhappy. Okay? So I want to tap in and to say that to everybody. Until you make a decision to be happy, you're going to be unhappy. Until you start to focus on your mental health will always be, in not a good space. I know I've spent many days of my life feeling this small, because I let people say things to me, and it wasn't true, but it was hurtful. And you ask yourself, why do I keep taking that? So I want to say that to somebody else. I've just passed through that season of my life when you find that people feel that they can talk to you any type of way, judge you, disrespect you, manipulate you, lie to you, disrespect you. You're the one that has to say, no, you don't have to take it. You have to change that. And it's hard when it's your relative, it's a friend, it's somebody that you really care about. But we have to stop being so hesitant to cut off toxic people because they don't care about how they treat you. They don't care how they support you. Hey Buddha, how are you doing? Welcome. Thanks so much for being here. So that's one of the things in this life I really wanted to say to everybody is you have to really pay attention to how you feel. And that's one of the things that when I was younger, I never paid attention to how I felt. I only paid attention to the people who supported me. And most of the time they're not supporting you. They don't care about your mental health. They don't care if you're going through something or if you don't have enough money. They only care about if you can give them money and you can support whatever they have going on. So I had to make changes in my life for that too. Stop giving your time, your energy, and your money to people who would not give you their time, money, and energy. You know, it has to be reciprocated. Yes. Hi, Frozen Heart. Hi, Little Felon. So that's one of the things about this life is you got to make yourself happy, you know? And it's not in big things either. One of the things that I had to change is just simple things. For me, peace comes in my life, just peace and quiet, just like no noise, no TV, no radio, just me and my thoughts, giving myself the time to just sit and think and meditate and take a deep breath. So same thing for you guys. Make sure you're taking some time and make changes. Okay? Make changes in your life. Be happy. And just do the best that you can in this life. One thing that I had to change is to stop seeking perfection. And stop expecting perfection from other people. And stop expecting perfection from yourself. You know, I've said it so many times before, is that we can be our own worst critic. You can be your own worst critic and you can be your own worst enemy. So don't let other people get to you, okay? And we have to also be compassionate to ourselves. That's one thing that I had to learn too, that I got to be compassionate to myself. I got to think about what I want, what I need, what I'm going through, and give myself the permission. If I'm upset, give myself the permission to shed tears or take a break, journal, go for a walk or jog, you know, take a few days off, sleep in. So the only person that can change your life is you. You got to stop beating yourself up. You got to heal whatever happens. And you got to give yourself the permission to forgive. Hi, Jesse. How are you doing? You got to give yourself the permission to forgive and to let go, and not letting whatever maybe you did, maybe what somebody else did to you, you can't let it get to you. Keep on smiling, everybody. Keep on being happy, okay? Don't let other people make you feel unhappy. This life is too short to be unhappy. Life is too short to be miserable. You deserve to have a smile on your face every single day. And the only person that can change that is you. Ladies and gentlemen, you have to make yourself happy, okay? You got to make yourself happy. You got to put a smile on your face. You got to find things that's going to raise your vibes. You got to do things that brings you peace. Look for ways, okay? The sun shining. You got to look for ways to think about what can I be grateful for today. And that's an empowered thinking. Instead of thinking what you don't have, think about what you do have. Staying in the mode of gratitude, that's a wonderful change. And I had to learn to change that, because that was always me when I was younger, always complaining about what I didn't have. I don't have this, I don't have that. But what about what you do have? See, it's all about mindset shifting, everybody. Okay? You had to, I had to mindset shift my thoughts and make my thoughts positive. I had to mindset shift and stop being angry about what other people did. Hi, Pika. I had to give myself the permission to let things go and to stop being angry about what this, and this, you know? I'm doing great. How are you doing? So I had to give myself that permission. I had to free myself, because you'll enslave yourself. You'll put yourself in a jail cell with a life sentence of misery and pain and drama and negativity. But you got to free yourself. So you got to make changes here in your mind. You know, I'm happy, I'm peaceable, I'm content, I love myself, I have a great life. You got to say that to yourself. And that's one of the things that only you can make changes with that, you know? Thank you, Jill. I'm glad you're doing okay, Pika. And that's one of the things that I had to learn myself. I had to learn how to be content, with what I have. And if all I got is peanut butter and jelly, if all I have is tuna fish or whatever simple things to eat, then it's cool. I'm cool with that. you know, it's not about having excess. It's not about having big things. It's about loving the quality of your life. You know, and that you're able to have so many things that other people don't have. You know, a lot of people, they focus on lots of this. You know, money, and I know that you got to have money to pay your bills, and it can be very stressful. But at the same time, what about enjoying the life that you have? Okay, and not feeling that you got to have all of these material things in order to be happy. Yeah, me too. I'm not really for the grape jelly. That's not me. I'm more of the strawberry jam myself too. But, it's one of those things about changing your mindset, changing your focus, and not letting people get to you. Okay? Don't let people get to you. Don't let people tell you who you are. Having that peace of mind that I'm my best self. I'm happy. I'm at peace. I'm in Florida. So that's one thing about life, is that making a decision to be happy, making a decision to have peace, and not letting other people get to you. That's hard sometimes because we expect things from our relatives or friends or people that you know. You expect it. You expect respect, but you got to remember that everybody is not healed. Everybody is not happy. Everybody doesn't know how to treat themselves. There's a lot of people who are grown, but they're immature. That's a cute name, Pika. So, ultimately, at the end of the day, it's up to us to make changes. You know, one thing that I was talking about with one of my best friends the other day, and it was that as you get older, you got to learn to that in the changes of your life, because life will change as you get older. You're not going to be able to do what you used to do, but it's learning to be happy with what you can do, learning how to be patient, learning to slow down, learning to be grateful for the people who love you back, not just who you love, but the ones that love you back, and changing yourself from letting people get to you. That was the main thing that it took me many years to get over, that part, not letting other people get to me. Because it used to, like, why do they treat me that way? Why do they talk to me that way? But when I finally came to the conclusion and I realized, because they're angry, because they're miserable, they hate themselves, they're unhealed, they're immature, they got mental illness. When I really started getting the answers to that, now I was able to be at peace and be happy within myself, and stop looking to other people for validation and support, and look within. Every single woman or man has to find their own way to love themselves. They got to find their own way to peace, their own way to joy. And I hope that every single one of you finds your way to peace, joy, and love. Okay? Thank you, everybody, for your support. Pika says, shout out to those peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Yes. Yep. And just being happy. And I wish every single one of you peace and joy today, and that you have enough courage to make changes for anything that you don't like. Change your health, change your mindset, change your focus, change what you think about your circumstances. It's all here. If you tell yourself you have a great life, it's going to start showing up that way. But if you always tell yourself, I'm miserable, I'm angry, then that's what you're going to be. You become what you think. And if you think peaceful and positive thoughts, that is what you are going to always have and be. Hey, Delvin. How are you doing? I'm just about to get up out of here. Thanks so much for tuning in anyways. If you can, hit the like. I really appreciate every single one of you. I wish you all peace. Peanut butter and banana? No, I never got onto that before because I'm not really a banana fan. Yes, thank you so much. Blessings to the chat. I appreciate every single one of you. Everybody have a great rest of your day. I'm about to get out of here and I will see you guys back later. I'm going to have a premiere at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay? See you guys then. Bye.